The following is intended to serve as a visual reference rather than an all-inclusive instructional video. This procedure can be found in Impact under Function Group 2. Always access Impact directly for the complete documented procedure and correct tooling. Begin by removing the plug from the flywheel housing and install the flywheel turning tool. Remove the fasteners and leaf springs to release spring tension on the engine brake rocker arms. For engines without engine brakes, adjust the inlet valves, exhaust valves, and injectors using the timing marks 1 through 6 on the camshaft. For engines with engine brakes, adjust the inlet valves and injectors using the timing marks 1 through 6 on the camshaft. Adjust the exhaust valves using the timing marks identified with an E in front of the number. This chart showing camshaft markings is available in Impact. Using the flywheel tool, rotate to the next camshaft marking. Rotate the engine until the valve and injector mark on the camshaft aligns between the marks on the bearing cap. Push down on the back of the rocker arm and insert a feeler gauge of proper specifications between the bridge and adjustment screw. If the inlet rocker requires adjustment, loosen the lock nut on the rocker and adjust the plunger. Hold the adjusting screw to prevent it from turning and tighten the lock nut to specifications listed in Impact. Check the valve clearance again once the lock nut is tightened. Mark the rocker arm once the valve has been adjusted. To adjust the unit injector at the same cylinder, loosen the lock nut and back off the adjusting screw until it no longer makes contact. Tighten the adjusting screw to 0 clearance. Then tighten the adjusting screw an additional 4 flats. Hold the adjusting screw and tighten the lock nut to specifications. Press down on the back of the exhaust rocker and insert a feeler gauge of the proper specification between the bridge and the brake plunger. If clearance is not within specification, adjust it using shims placed on top of the valve bridge. Remove the shim retaining screw and remove the shim. Use compressed air to clean out the shim bolt hole. Determine the thickness of the shim required to match the measured clearance. If 2 shims are required, they should be of nearly equal thickness. Place the shim or shims in position on the valve yoke and install the retaining screw. Secure the bridge while tightening the screw to specification. Leave the feeler gauge in place between the rocker arm and the valve bridge during the following brake rocker check. Insert a feeler gauge of proper specifications between the rocker arm roller and the cam lobe to check the exhaust brake rocker arm clearance. If clearance is not within specification, loosen the brake rocker arm lock nut and turn the adjuster screw 1/2 to 1 turn counterclockwise. With the feeler gauge still in position, tighten the adjuster screw until it makes contact, and then a further 1/2 turn until the valve yoke clearly moves down and the exhaust valve opens slightly. The engine brake mechanism is now preloaded. Loosen the adjusting screw slowly until the feeler gauge can be pushed in and out with some effort. Hold the adjusting screw to prevent it from turning and tighten the lock nut to specification. Repeat this procedure to adjust all other valves and unit injectors by rotating the engine to the next camshaft mark. Finally, install the brake rocker leaf springs and tighten the retaining screws on the exhaust rocker arms to specification. When tightening the retaining screws, make sure the pin fits straight up into the groove and is not wedged to either side.